Hey everybody, welcome back to Darbo's TV. Today, in this video, we're gonna find out how big a Wobbly is in Wobbly Life. And to be honest, I actually thought they would be kind of small because just look at them compared to a regular door. Like, that's gotta be like, not even 4 feet tall, right? Or even just them compared to a bed. Like, look at that. This makes them like 2 feet tall. And especially compared to like burgers and pizza, because then that would mean that they're like 1 foot tall or something. Or even just look at their chessboard, because this would mean that they're like 1 centimeter or something. But that all gets put away when you realize if you go into Unity, the Wobbly Life's game engine, and then you grab the Wobbly model and put a block next to it, you'll find out that they are about 2 meters tall. And each one of the units is a meter, which makes these Wobblies about 2 meters tall, or almost 7 feet tall. For reference, this is what they would look like right next to a real life house. And while I was making the video for what's the fastest thing in Wobbly Life, I actually found out that Wobblies can walk a very fast speed of 7.5 meters per second. For reference, you could run the 100-meter dash in about 13 seconds. And it would probably take 10 seconds if you run sideways, which is the fastest way to go. They are a force to be reckoned with. And now let's actually go find the size of a burger and pizza or ice cream in real life with how big these Wobblies are. And now the burgers and pizzas in Wobbly Life have always been pretty big, but let's actually find the real sizes, because we know that the Wobblies are very big. And putting the burger and pizza right next to the Wobbly, the burger is about the same size. It's actually a bit bigger than the Wobbly's head, so that makes it about 1 meter tall, which is very big. And that's about as tall as the world's largest burger is in real life. And the pizza, it looks like it's about 1.5 meters tall, so, you know, still pretty big. So it would probably look like this next to a real house. Oh, and also, in the ice cream shop, there's a Wobbly that says, "It's not a proper scoop of ice cream unless it's the size of my head." So, you know, casually, they're just asking for something as wide as a doorway is in real life. The food that Wobblies eat is very big. How many calories must be in these things? And we'll actually come back to that later. So while we're just looking at how the Wobblies live and like what they eat, let's go take a look at where they live. Like their houses. Let's actually just go take a look how many Wobblies this is tall, and we'll be able to find out how big it is to a real house. And let's find out just how big the average house is. So we're just gonna take a look at Grandma's house. And let's count how many Wobblies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Wobblies tall. So that means that this thing is 12.6 meters tall or something like that. So this is how it would look next to a real life house. So, you know, like almost twice the size. And we found out that the flying car could go, like, in one of our previous videos, could go about 50 meters per second. And let's count how many seconds it takes us to go down. It takes about 2.5 seconds to go from top to bottom. So they're about 125 meters tall. So that's just really big. This is how it would be right next to the houses and Wobblies in real life. That also means Marco's bowl cut could probably hold the entire ocean in it. Oh, and also casually the Wobblies clothes just being like extra large or something like that. The JellyMen's hat is also like probably as size as your head. And you know what? Let's actually just go to bed. In the big bed that we have is a Wobbly. And now we've talked about kind of like the small things in Wobbly Life, but let's take a look at the biggest thing, the giant crab. But it's currently raining right now, so let's just go hit all the buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is the crab. And I'm gonna go fly around it just to go see how big this thing actually is. And since this flying car goes about 50 meters per second, let's just see how many seconds it takes us for us to go across. And this thing is actually just crazy in size compared to every other thing in Wobbly Life. Like, it is actually gonna dwarf the skyscraper that we saw earlier. Alright, let's see how long it takes us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, we're casually just going like 2 houses per second right here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my gosh, the crab is like... Oh wait, hold up, with that, it's about 1,000 meters across. Holy moly, that's crazy. Look how happy he is. I actually did the calculations, and this is how big it would be in real life if we saw the crab. It's the size of that box. And I could barely fit it on the screen in this mod I've created. Now let's go back to the burgers that we were looking at. The world's largest burger, which is similar in size to this burger, had 1.2 million calories. This thing is also 1.2 million calories, which means these Wobblies are eating million calories 3 times a day for each meal of the day. And since that burger was also similar in size, it weighed like 2,000 pounds. So that means that these burgers are also like 2,000 pounds. For this next thing, we're gonna actually have to go to the science lab. But if Wobblies are eating this much, how much do they weigh? But we have to find out what they're made out of first, which is kind of hard to do. But let's just assume that they're made out of cake. So cake is about like 200 kilograms per cubic meter. There are probably about 2 cubic meters. So that means that they're about 300 to 500 kilograms. And that is actually crazy. But it makes sense with how big they are and how much food they eat. And now we're actually going to find out how expensive like uranium and how calorie dense it would actually be in real life. So we know that the uranium that you could find in the mines is pretty big, probably about like 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters, which means it would be about 42,000 pounds, which means it would probably be about $2.5 million. And that would mean that it would be 400 trillion calories if you ate it. So, you know, just casually, just a light snack. Oh, and for our final thing, we're gonna go find out how big Wobbly Island is. Alright, let's just see how many seconds it takes us to go across it, and then we'll multiply it by 50. Because it travels about 50 meters per second. And this is truly gonna be the biggest thing in Wobbly Life, because, you know, it's the island, other than the things in the sandbox. But let's just speed it up. Oh, also, while we've been on this trip, we have probably traveled about 3,000 Wobbly burgers. And with that, probably like 1,500 Wobblies. So, that's pretty cool. Alright, we're almost there. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and time. Alright, so it takes about 50 seconds to go from one side to the other, which means that Wobbly Island is about, it would be about 2.5 kilometers in real life, which is pretty big. And considering that size, on a real-life map, it would actually be visible from space. So, you know, that's a pretty cool fact about Wobbly Island. And that's how big Wobbly Life is. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me finding just like all the sizes of stuff in Wobbly Life. And I hope you enjoyed it as well, because I thought it was pretty cool. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and hit that notification bell. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, and also jumping sideways probably makes you go like, what, 30 meters per second? So, you know, just ran the 100-meter dash right there. I am actually so good at this game.